Namaste, I am Anushka, a 24-year-old woman from a small village in India. Today, I want to share my journey with you. A story woven with threads of struggle, unwavering faith, profound self-belief, and the beautiful transformation of becoming fluent in English. I can hear your thoughts, English, from a village girl. Yes, it was far from easy, but I carried a dream within me, a dream that towered over every challenge that dared to cross my path. This is not merely an account of learning a language. It is a testament to finding my true self, deepening my connection with God, and conquering the insidious doubts that threatened to break my spirit. My parents, like all parents in our village, wished for my marriage. But I pleaded for a single year, 1 year, to prove that I could master English. I made a solemn promise to myself I would change my life. And today, I stand before you to tell you exactly how I did it. So lean back, breathe, and let me guide you through a journey brimming with raw emotion, steadfast faith, daunting challenges, and yes, even a few unexpected laughs. As I navigated the relentless pressure from relatives and battled the gnawing loneliness, I found an unshakable anchor in my faith, devouring the Bhagavad Gita and communing with God through heartfelt prayer. This journey, however, is not just about my life. It is about the incredible, often underestimated power of listening. You see, listening is the vital key not only to unlocking English fluency, but also to truly understanding the vast tapestry of life experiences. So please do not skip this story. If you do, you will miss out on invaluable lessons that possess the potential to profoundly alter your own life. Join me as I recount funny, emotional, and deeply motivational anecdotes, and together, let us uncover how the simple act of listening can genuinely transform our existence. Chapter 1, The Village Pressure. I blossom in a small village where aspirations were as confined as the boundaries of our land. At 24, the expectation was clear: marriage. It wasn't a desire of my own, but simply what girls did. My relatives, well, let's just say their words often carried a sharp sting. They constantly nagged my parents, asking, "Why are you letting her squander her time? Marry her off before it's too late." But I was not ready. I yearned for more. I longed to learn English, to achieve something far grander than merely spending my days in the kitchen, endlessly making chapatis. And my parents, bless their hearts, they stood by me. They granted me that one precious year. Yet, it wasn't just my relatives who pressed down on me. My friends, too, were marrying, and I often felt a profound sense of being left behind. In the quiet evenings, I would observe my friends, their laughter echoing as they chatted with their husbands or fiancés, while I sat alone in my room, clutching the fragile threads of a different future. Chapter 2, The Relatives and the Doubts. Relatives can be a profound blessing, but mine, oh, they were a relentless nightmare. I lost count of the times they visited, their sole purpose seemingly to spread gossip about how I was tarnishing our family's honor. Every single conversation felt like a direct blow to my already fragile confidence. She doesn't even know how to speak English. How will she ever amount to anything? They would sneer. It was excruciating to hear such words. And I will be honest, I was consumed by frustration. There were nights when I would weep, feeling utterly worthless. But deep within, a tiny ember of belief still glowed. I knew this could not be the end of my story. I simply had to keep moving forward. Chapter 3, The Gita and the Gods. In my darkest hours, when the crushing weight of pressure threatened to overwhelm me completely, I turned to something far more powerful, the Bhagavad Gita. And not just in Hindi, I began to read it in English. You see, I came to understand that learning English transcended mere grammar and vocabulary. It was about fundamentally altering my mindset, changing the very lens through which I viewed the world. The Gita imparted timeless life lessons that I could apply to my everyday existence. It is not simply a religious text, it is a profound guide to living. As I read about Lord Krishna, I drew immense strength from his divine words. The concept of detachment from results brought me an unexpected peace. Krishna's teachings felt like a gentle mentor whispering in my ear, "Do your best, Anushka, and leave the rest to me." And that is precisely what I did. I also visited the temple every morning, offering fervent prayers to Lord Shiva, pouring sacred water on the shivling, and humbly seeking his guidance. It wasn't about asking for miracles, it was about asking for resilience. I would stand there, feeling the cool breeze caress my skin, silently conversing with God. Sometimes I would ask, why is it so incredibly hard? And though a direct answer never came, I always departed feeling a little lighter, as if someone somewhere was truly listening. Chapter 4, Breaking Bad Habits. Now, I harbored a rather persistent bad habit, one that many of us share, endlessly scrolling through Instagram Reels for hours on end. Oh yes, I was a certified reel addict. Hours would vanish without me even realizing it. One day, after mindlessly watching yet another dance reel, I posed a stark question to myself. What am I doing? I realized with a jolt that if I genuinely desired to transform my life, I had to first transform my habits. So, with a deep breath, I deleted the app. I consciously replaced my screen time with dedicated reading and English practice. Instead of watching reels, I began watching English movies with subtitles, meticulously repeating lines aloud to refine my accent. At first, it felt utterly bizarre talking to myself, but gradually I began to observe the improvement. My tongue grew more agile, and my confidence, once a timid sprout, began to flourish. Chapter 5, Finding a New Routine. My life began its profound shift when I redirected my focus entirely inward. Every morning, I would rise early, unroll my yoga mat, and immerse myself in yoga practice. Yoga was not merely about stretching my physical body. It was about quieting the incessant chatter of my mind. After my yoga session, I would sit down to meditate, offering the entirety of my day to Lord Krishna. I would murmur, "Krishna, I do not know where this journey will lead me, but I place my unwavering trust in you." Following yoga, it was time for breakfast. Dal chawal was my cherished favorite, and I cooked it meticulously every single day. Cooking imbued me with a profound sense of peace, a comforting feeling of being grounded. As the fragrant aroma of spices permeated the kitchen, I felt a deep sense of accomplishment. Some days, I would cook for my beloved family, and on others, I would eat alone. Yet, eating alone no longer felt lonely. Instead, It felt incredibly empowering. I was meticulously building something profound within myself. But not every day was bathed in sunlight. There were days when I would sink into such depths of despair that I couldn't bring myself to do anything. I would weep, huddled on the kitchen floor, feeling like an utter failure. My parents, ever my pillars of strength, would try to console me, saying, "You are doing wonderfully, Anushka. Please, don't give up." And I would gaze at them, wondering if I had truly made the right decision by delaying marriage. But each time doubt threatened to consume me, I returned to the Gita. Krishna's sacred words served as a potent reminder to relentlessly move forward, even when the path ahead seemed utterly impossible. I vividly recall one instance. While walking back from the temple, an auntie from the village stopped me, her voice laced with skepticism. "You truly believe you'll learn English in a year? You'll see, when the year's over, they'll marry you off anyway." Her words struck me hard, but I simply smiled and walked away. I couldn't allow her words to define my destiny. Chapter 6, The Turning Point. One day, after months of relentless practice, something miraculous clicked. I was in the bustling market purchasing vegetables, and for the very first time, I spoke in English without a single stutter. The shopkeeper, a kind man, did not speak English, but that no longer mattered. I realized that fluency was not exclusively about flawless grammar or a perfect accent. It was, above all, about confidence. And I had, at long last, found mine. Slowly, the cruel words of my relatives began to lose their sting. I stopped caring about what others thought of me. My English improved with each passing day, and with it, so did my unwavering self-belief. Chapter 7, Love and Heartbreak. Amidst all these profound changes, I also experienced the bittersweet pang of love. I met a young man named Rohan at a local gathering. He was charming, possessing a smile that could illuminate an entire room. We began to converse, and soon we were inseparable. Rohan was a steadfast supporter of my dreams. He encouraged me to pursue my English learning and would often sit with me, patiently practicing conversations. However, as the months unfurled, the relentless pressures of our families and the suffocating expectations of society began to creep in. Rohan's parents desired him to marry someone from a more affluent family, and my relatives ceaselessly pushed me towards an arranged marriage. We tried desperately to make it work, but the crushing weight of the world slowly began to tear us apart. One melancholic evening, after a long, tearful discussion, we both knew it was time to part ways. We sat on a weathered bench beneath the ancient banyan tree, the very spot where our journey had first begun. Tears streamed down my cheeks as I whispered, "Perhaps this is the wisest decision for both of us." He nodded, his face etched with an equally profound heartbreak. It was one of the most emotionally wrenching moments of my life, bidding farewell to someone who had been a beacon of support during my struggles. After the breakup, I found myself adrift. I spent days in quiet reflection on my journey, a tumultuous mix of sadness and a strange relief swirling within me. I took long, solitary walks in the fields, conversing with God and pondering my next steps. It was during one of those introspective walks that I made a resolute decision. I would channel my tumultuous emotions into something unequivocally positive. I began meticulously writing down my thoughts, creating a journal where I fearlessly expressed my deepest fears, most cherished hopes, and wildest dreams. That's when a profound realization dawned upon me. Life was not merely about love. It was fundamentally about growth. I transmuted my heartbreak into a powerful motivation. I would sit in my room for hours, diligently practicing English and pouring my innermost feelings into words. Writing became my sanctuary, a profound way for me to heal, to express myself without the paralyzing fear of judgment. Chapter 8: Embracing Change. As my confidence in my burgeoning abilities grew, I began volunteering at the village school, teaching basic English to younger children. It was incredibly heartwarming to witness their eyes light up with understanding when they grasped a new word. Teaching blossomed into a genuine passion, and I realized that I was not only assisting them, but also solidifying my own knowledge. Every time a child raised their hand, a radiant smile gracing their face as they comprehended a concept. It filled my heart with an inexplicable joy. One afternoon, as I meticulously explained the subtle difference between and she, I noticed a little girl named Pooja sitting quietly in the back, her head bowed low. I gently approached her and softly asked, "Pooja, do you want to try?" She looked up, her large eyes glistening with unshed tears, and whispered, "I'm scared." I knelt down beside her and said, "It's perfectly okay to be scared. I was scared too once. Just try your very best." With my gentle encouragement, she slowly stood up and bravely attempted to answer. When she finally got it right, her face illuminated like the sun piercing through a cloud-filled sky. "I did it, Anushka!" she exclaimed. In that profound moment, I realized that teaching was not merely about imparting knowledge. It was fundamentally about nurturing confidence and fostering dreams. Chapter 9: The Power of Community. Word of my English classes spread like wildfire throughout the village. Soon, parents began approaching me, earnestly requesting if I could help their children learn English. It felt utterly incredible to witness such a transformative change in my community, a community that had once openly doubted my capabilities. I was earning respect, not just as a teacher, but as a person who was genuinely making a tangible difference. One evening, a group of mothers came to me after class, bringing delicious samosas and chai to celebrate our shared progress. They thanked me profusely for my efforts and expressed how much their children truly enjoyed learning. I felt overwhelmed with a deep sense of gratitude and joy. I realized that the power of community support can be truly transformative. It stood in stark contrast to the barrage of negative comments from my relatives. As I skillfully juggled teaching, continuous learning, and self-care, I internalized the crucial importance of balance. I made sure to dedicate precious time to my personal development, still diligently practicing yoga and meditating every single morning. However, I also recognize the immense value of taking necessary breaks. There were moments when I felt utterly overwhelmed, and I knew I had to attentively listen to my body and mind. One weekend, I decided to diverge from my usual routine and joined a dear friend for a nature retreat just outside the village. Surrounded by towering trees, majestic mountains, and crisp, fresh air, I felt profoundly rejuvenated. We spent hours engrossed in conversation about life, our aspirations, and how we could mutually support one another. It was incredibly refreshing to step away from responsibilities and simply exist in the present moment. Chapter 10, Reconnecting with My Roots. During this tranquil retreat, I reconnected deeply with my inherent love for nature. I spent unhurried time observing the graceful flight of birds, the delicate dance of butterflies, and the vibrant hues of flowers, truly appreciating the exquisite beauty that surrounded me. I came to the profound realization that life is an intricate balance of diligent work and joyful play, and reconnecting with my roots brought a sense of peace that I had unknowingly been missing. I began incorporating nature walks into my daily routine, which proved immensely helpful in clearing my mind and fostering more creative thought. One evening, while strolling along a serene river bank, I serendipitously stumbled upon an old man meticulously painting the breathtaking sunset. Intrigued, I approached him and initiated a conversation. His name was Daji, and he generously shared captivating stories of his life, filled with both arduous struggles and triumphant victories. Life is like this river, he sagely remarked. It flows, sometimes gently, sometimes with great force. You must learn to flow with it. His profound wisdom resonated deeply within me, reinforcing the timeless idea that life's inherent challenges are simply an integral part of the grand journey. Chapter 11, The Unexpected Challenge. As I steadfastly continued on my journey, I encountered a significant, albeit familiar, challenge. My parents, while undeniably supportive, began to harbor renewed worries about my future. They still endured pressure from relatives, and the persistent topic of marriage inevitably resurfaced. My mother approached me one day, her eyes brimming with heartfelt concern. "Anushka," she began softly, "we are immensely proud of you, but you truly need to contemplate your future. What if you remain single forever?" Her words weighed heavily on my heart. I understood her anxieties, but I was not yet ready to abandon my cherished dreams. I gently reassured her, "Mama, I will absolutely find a way. I am working diligently, and I firmly believe that if I remain focused on my goals, the right path will naturally unfold." I promised her that I would indeed consider marriage after I achieved complete fluency in English. But until then, I desperately needed her unwavering support. Chapter 12, Discovering New Opportunities. After months of relentless hard work and unwavering dedication, I finally attained a level of English fluency that filled me with immense pride. I began to contemplate how I could leverage my newfound skills beyond simply teaching in the village. One day, I chanced upon an advertisement for a local English speaking competition. The coveted prize, a scholarship to a prestigious English speaking institute in a nearby city. With excitement bubbling uncontrollably inside me, I resolutely decided to participate. It was a golden opportunity to challenge myself and eloquently showcase my transformative journey. I spent countless days meticulously preparing, practicing tirelessly in front of a mirror, and meticulously crafting speeches about my deeply personal experiences. On the day of the competition, I felt a tumultuous mix of nerves and exhilaration. As I stood before the expectant audience, I vividly recalled all the struggles I had so bravely faced, and I spoke from the very depths of my heart. I openly shared my arduous journey of learning English, the unwavering support of my beloved family, the profound inspiration I had discovered in the Bhagavad Gita, and the pure, unadulterated joy of teaching others. Chapter 13, the competition day. As I concluded my speech, I could see members of the audience nodding thoughtfully, some even discreetly wiping tears from their eyes. A powerful wave of gratitude washed over me regardless of the outcome. I had shared my story, and it felt incredibly liberating. When the results were finally announced, I was absolutely overjoyed to hear my name called as the winner. It was a profound validation of all my tireless hard work and unwavering determination. The scholarship unfurled a whole new world of possibilities for me. I would now have the invaluable chance to learn from experienced teachers, gain invaluable exposure, and forge meaningful connections far beyond the confines of my beloved village. Chapter 14, moving to the bustling city, was an experience that was both thrilling and undeniably intimidating. As I gradually settled into my new environment, I was confronted by cultural shocks, overwhelming crowds, and a significantly faster pace of life. I distinctly remember my first day at the Institute, feeling utterly overwhelmed by the sheer number of students and the intense rigor of the classes. But I steadfastly reminded myself of my journey, of every step I had taken. Every day, I diligently practiced English with my classmates, eagerly engaged in conversations, and actively participated in various activities. I also discovered a wonderfully supportive community of learners, all sharing similar aspirations. We encouraged one another, celebrated our small victories, and collaboratively navigated through challenges. In the city, I also encountered a rich tapestry of different backgrounds and cultures. I met people from various states, each possessing unique stories and experiences. One of my closest friends became Neha, a vibrant girl from Mumbai who openly shared her own struggles with language learning. We bonded over late night study sessions, sharing delicious snacks and infectious laughter. I also dedicated weekends to exploring the city, visiting fascinating museums, serene parks, and vibrant local markets. Each new experience broadened my horizons and profoundly enriched my understanding of the world. I learned that language was not merely a tool for communication, it was, in essence, a powerful bridge connecting diverse people. Chapter 15, a chance encounter. During my transformative time in the city, I also crossed paths with Karen, a fellow student who possessed an infectious smile and a profound passion for English literature. We quickly became friends, and soon our engaging conversations deepened into something more meaningful. Karen consistently encouraged me to pursue writing, thoughtfully suggesting that I start a blog to chronicle my journey. At first, I hesitated, fearing judgment, but with Karen's unwavering support, I resolved to take the plunge. I created a blog aptly named Anushka's Journey, where I meticulously documented my experiences, challenges, and triumphs in the realm of learning English. To my genuine surprise, people began to deeply resonate with my story. I received heartfelt messages from readers, sharing their own struggles and thanking me for inspiring them. However, as my confidence steadily grew, so too did the challenges I encountered. There were moments of debilitating self-doubt where I questioned if I was truly good enough to share my voice. But I vividly recalled the timeless teachings of the Bhagavad Gita to embrace challenges as invaluable opportunities for growth. I pushed through those doubts, constantly reminding myself of the little girl who once sat alone in her room, silently dreaming of a better future. As my blog garnered more traction, I also began receiving invitations to speak at various events and workshops. The mere idea of speaking in front of an audience initially terrified me, but I learned that fear is a natural human emotion. It's what you choose to do despite that fear that truly matters. I began courageously sharing my story publicly, inspiring countless others with my journey of unwavering resilience. Chapter 16, The Power of Language. As I continued to grow and meticulously develop my English skills, I unearthed the true, profound power of language. It graciously allowed me to connect with people from all walks of life and to share my deeply personal experiences with a much broader audience. I realized that English was not merely a language, it was, in fact, a powerful key that unlocked countless new opportunities. Through my blog, I began to receive numerous requests from people earnestly asking for tips on learning English. I started diligently creating content, generously sharing my effective methods, valuable resources, and insightful perspectives. I also thoughtfully incorporated lessons from the Bhagavad Gita, seamlessly blending language learning with profound personal growth. With my newfound success, a strong desire to give back to my beloved village ignited within me. I initiated a powerful program to help young girls learn English, empowering them to courageously break free from restrictive societal norms and passionately pursue their dreams. I meticulously organized workshops, inviting experienced speakers and dedicated educators to inspire the next generation. I was absolutely thrilled to witness the tangible transformation in these girls. They were no longer merely dreaming. They were actively, enthusiastically pursuing their goals. As the initiative to help young girls in my village flourished, I felt a deep, abiding sense of responsibility to ensure its resounding success. I meticulously organized a series of workshops that would not only teach English, but also instill unwavering confidence, profound resilience, and unshakable self-belief. I proactively reached out to local organizations, successfully securing dedicated volunteers and essential resources to steadfastly support our noble cause. One serene evening, while diligently preparing for an upcoming workshop, I quietly reflected on my own arduous journey. The struggles, the fears, and the exhilarating breakthroughs. I realized that I needed to share my story more broadly to genuinely inspire the girls. I made the conscious decision to incorporate storytelling into our sessions, using my personal experiences to vividly illustrate the paramount importance of perseverance and an unwavering belief in oneself. The very first workshop was held in the village community center, and I warmly invited girls from all the surrounding villages. As I stood proudly in front of the room, which was filled with eager, expectant faces, I shared my journey from a timid, uncertain girl to someone who had unequivocally found her voice. I spoke candidly about my struggles with English, the disheartening discouragement from family, and how I courageously overcame them through sheer hard work and unwavering dedication. To foster a profound sense of community, I introduced a buddy system where each girl would pair up with another to practice speaking English and mutually support each other's growth. This innovative idea was met with overwhelming enthusiasm, and soon the room was filled with infectious laughter and joyful chatter. One of the girls, Savita, bravely shared her own compelling story. She harbored a fervent dream of becoming a nurse, but had been repeatedly told by many that it was an unrealistic aspiration for someone from a small village. As she spoke, I could clearly see the burning passion in her eyes. I strongly encouraged her to steadfastly focus on her dream, gently reminding her that every great journey commences with a single, courageous step. Together, we brainstormed practical ways for her to begin preparing for nursing school, including diligently finding valuable resources to study science and health. After several weeks of incredibly impactful workshops, we collectively decided to host a celebration of learning event. We cordially invited parents, respected community leaders, and local media to proudly showcase the girls' remarkable progress. The event featured engaging skits, heartfelt speeches, and beautiful poetry readings, all eloquently presented in English. I felt an immense surge of pride as I watched the girls confidently take the stage, their faces glowing with newfound self-assurance as they spoke eloquently in front of the assembled crowd. The absolute highlight of the evening was when Savita bravely stood up to share her personal journey. She spoke passionately about her cherished dream and how the workshop had profoundly empowered her to pursue it. The audience erupted in thunderous applause, and tears welled up in my eyes. It was a profoundly validating moment for all of us, powerfully showcasing the transformative power of community support and the indomitable strength of young women courageously chasing their dreams. Chapter 17, The Ripple Effect, the resounding success of the celebration event captured the eager attention of local media, leading to extensive coverage in a popular newspaper. The article prominently highlighted our initiative, drawing crucial attention to the paramount importance of education for girls in rural areas. This newfound visibility attracted generous donations and invaluable support from organizations that were eager to contribute to our noble cause. With this crucial support, we significantly expanded our program to encompass not only essential English lessons, but also vital computer literacy and practical life skills training. We meticulously organized sessions on diverse topics such as financial literacy, health education, and personal value, thereby creating a well-rounded, comprehensive program that empowered girls to confidently take charge of their futures. While the initiative flourished, my personal life took an unexpected, tender turn. Karen, my close friend and trusted confidant, confessed his heartfelt feelings for me during one of our late night study sessions. I was initially taken aback, unsure of how to respond. Our friendship had blossomed into a profound source of strength for both of us, and I was deeply reluctant to jeopardize it. Over the next few weeks, I found myself deeply contemplating our relationship. Karen was unfailingly supportive, kind, and shared my fervent passion for education and personal growth. Yet, the lingering fear of romantic entanglements loomed large over me. I had witnessed the pain of past relationships, particularly with Rohan. Would I truly be able to open my heart again? Chapter 18, Confronting the Past. To gain much needed clarity, I made the resolute decision to confront my lingering feelings about Rohan. I hadn't spoken to him since our breakup, but the emotional scars, though faded, still subtly lingered. One day, I reached out to him, hoping for a sense of final closure. We met at a quaint cafe in the city, and as I sat across from him, a flood of memories washed over me, the shared laughter, the ambitious dreams, and ultimately, the profound heartbreak. Rohan looked different, more mature, and there was a palpable air of regret in his demeanor. As we conversed, I realized that he too had been grappling with his own issues, feeling lost after our separation. We openly shared our perspectives, and I was genuinely surprised to discover that he had grown to appreciate our time together, despite the pain. "I'm sorry for how things ended, Anushka," he said, his voice soft with genuine remorse. I was scared, and I didn't handle it well. "I've been working on myself." That conversation brought a profound wave of relief. I realized that I had held on to resentment for too long, but it was finally time to release it. We parted ways with a sense of true closure. And for the very first time, I felt utterly free from the lingering weight of the past. Returning to my life, I found myself far more open to exploring my burgeoning feelings for Karen. I began to see him not merely as a friend, but as someone who truly understood me on a deeper level. One enchanting evening, as we strolled leisurely through the vibrant streets of the city, I took a courageous leap of faith. "Karen," I began, my heart racing with anticipation, "I've been thinking about us." He smiled, his eyes sparkling with an undeniable hope. I've been hoping you'd say that." Chapter 19, Blossoming Love. As we embarked on our journey of dating, I discovered an entirely new layer of unwavering support and profound understanding within our relationship. Karen became my steadfast partner in every conceivable sense, celebrating my triumphs, skillfully helping me navigate challenges, and always encouraging my deepest aspirations. We attended workshops together, eagerly explored new cultures, and shared countless cups of coffee filled with laughter. With Karen faithfully by my side, I felt truly inspired to elevate our initiative to unprecedented heights. We began collaboratively working on workshops that ingeniously combined English learning with vibrant creative expression, such as art and drama. The girls absolutely adored it, and we witnessed their innate creativity blossom magnificently alongside their rapidly developing language skills. Chapter 20a, Defining Moment. One day, during a particularly inspiring workshop, we invited a highly successful entrepreneur from the city to speak about her remarkable journey. She eloquently shared her story of indomitable resilience and how she meticulously built her thriving business from the ground up. The girls were utterly captivated by her powerful words and afterward, and many eagerly approached her with a multitude of questions. Witnessing their fervent curiosity and soaring ambition reignited my own profound passion for empowering young women. I made the resolute decision to organize a comprehensive women empowerment summit, where we would invite successful women from various diverse fields to generously share their compelling stories and invaluable insights. The summit would serve as a powerful platform for inspiration and crucial networking for all the girls. Chapter 21, Planning the Summit. As we diligently commenced planning the summit, Karen and I worked tirelessly, hand in hand. We proactively reached out to potential speakers, meticulously organized all logistical aspects, and extensively promoted the event through various social media channels. I could palpably feel the excitement steadily building within our village, and soon girls from neighboring areas enthusiastically expressed their keen interest in attending. Weeks swiftly passed, and then the highly anticipated day of the summit finally arrived. The community center buzzed with an electric energy, filled with vibrant, colorful decorations and the joyful sounds of laughter. As the distinguished speakers eloquently shared their inspiring journeys, I watched the girls' eyes widen in unadulterated admiration. It was a truly powerful moment, a beautiful culmination of dreams, aspirations, and the indomitable strength of sisterhood. Chapter 22, The Summit's Impact. The Women Empowerment Summit was a resounding, unequivocal success. The girls enthusiastically networked with the esteemed speakers, asking thoughtful questions and bravely sharing their own cherished dreams. Many of them expressed a newfound, palpable confidence in pursuing their heartfelt passions. I felt an overwhelming sense of fulfillment knowing that we had meticulously created a safe, empowering space for them to truly believe in themselves. After the event concluded, I received a deluge of heartfelt messages from parents expressing their profound gratitude. They had witnessed a remarkable transformation in their daughters. They were now more motivated, more confident, and more fiercely determined to chase their dreams. It was a powerful reminder of why I had embarked on this arduous journey in the first place. With the incredible momentum generated by the summit, I began receiving invitations to speak at various prestigious events in the city. It was an exhilarating opportunity to share my story far beyond the familiar confines of the village. I felt a complex mix of both excitement and nerves each time I took the stage. I consistently reminded myself of the little girl who once doubted her own abilities. Karen was my most ardent supporter, faithfully attending every event with me. He gently encouraged me to embrace these incredible opportunities, reminding me that my voice truly mattered. Together, we courageously ventured into new territories, collaborating on innovative projects that fervently promoted education and empowerment. Chapter 23, Expanding Horizons. As I steadily gained recognition, I was also granted the invaluable chance to travel for diverse workshops and conferences. One such extraordinary opportunity led me to a prestigious women's leadership conference in a neighboring city. Surrounded by inspiring women from various diverse backgrounds, I felt profoundly invigorated. During the conference, I actively participated in stimulating discussions about leadership, entrepreneurship, and crucial social impact. I came to the profound realization that my journey was merely just beginning. I possessed a voice that held the potential to inspire transformative change, and I was fiercely determined to utilize it to its fullest extent. Karen and I continued to grow together, both personally and professionally. We made the momentous decision to launch a joint initiative specifically focused on women's empowerment through education. We envisioned a comprehensive program that would not only teach English, but also provide invaluable mentorship and essential resources for women to passionately pursue their deepest passions. We diligently gathered a dedicated team of volunteers and began meticulously laying the foundational groundwork for our ambitious initiative. It was an immense amount of work, but our shared, unwavering vision kept us powerfully motivated. Late nights were spent brainstorming innovative ideas, meticulously planning engaging workshops, and proactively reaching out to potential partners. Chapter 24, A New Direction. Amidst my lingering doubts about the initiative and my own capabilities, I began to feel a deep, persistent longing for creative expression. One evening, as I was idly scrolling through social media, I serendipitously stumbled upon a video from a YouTuber who was eloquently sharing her diverse experiences of travel, culture, and profound personal growth. As I watched, an exciting idea sparked brightly within me. What if I started my own YouTube channel? The very thought exhilarated me. I envisioned a dynamic platform where I could generously share my journey, not only focusing on language learning and empowerment, but also on the vibrant culture of my beloved village and the truly inspiring stories of the girls we were so diligently helping. It would be a powerful way to reach an even broader audience and perhaps even inspire countless others to wholeheartedly support similar initiatives. Chapter 25, Planning. That night, sleep utterly eluded me. Ideas flowed through my mind like a surging, untamed river. I eagerly grabbed my notebook and began frantically jotting down a myriad of potential video topics. English learning tips, heartfelt interviews with the girls, authentic cooking tutorials for traditional recipes, and captivating explorations of local customs. The possibilities felt absolutely boundless. Karen, ever observant, noticed my infectious enthusiasm and inquired about my burgeoning plans. I eagerly shared my vision with him, and his eyes lit up with genuine excitement. "That sounds absolutely amazing, Anushka!" he exclaimed. "I think you should wholeheartedly go for it. You possess a truly powerful story to tell, and it could genuinely reach so many people." With his unwavering support, I made the resolute decision to set a definitive timeline for launching the channel. I would dedicate an entire month to meticulously preparing content, diligently learning about video production, and thoughtfully creating a consistent, compelling brand. Chapter 26, Getting Started. The very first step involved meticulously gathering the necessary equipment. I purchased a simple yet effective camera and diligently learned how to expertly edit videos using free software readily available online. There was undoubtedly a steep learning curve, but I was absolutely determined. I spent countless hours watching insightful tutorials, bravely experimenting with various styles, and relentlessly practicing my speaking skills. I also proactively reached out to the girls involved in my initiative, warmly inviting them to enthusiastically participate in my videos. Their individual stories were profoundly inspiring, and I fervently desired to highlight their unique journeys alongside my own. They were incredibly excited about this wonderful opportunity, and together we began brainstorming a multitude of engaging video ideas. Chapter 27 Launch Day. After weeks of meticulous preparation, the highly anticipated day finally arrived. I uploaded my very first video, aptly titled, "Welcome to My Journey," empowering girls through education. My heart raced with a thrilling mix of excitement and trepidation as I pressed the publish button. I eagerly shared the link across all my social media platforms, encouraging friends, family, and my cherished community to check it out. To my genuine surprise, the video quickly gained significant traction. Friends and family wholeheartedly supported me by sharing it extensively with their networks. I received a deluge of encouraging comments and heartfelt messages, which further fueled my burning passion. It felt absolutely exhilarating to know that my voice was genuinely reaching people. Over the next few weeks, I consistently uploaded videos, each one thoughtfully focused on different, captivating aspects of my life, language learning, enriching cultural experiences, and insightful interviews with the girls from the initiative. I even included fun, engaging segments like cooking tutorials for traditional dishes, which quickly became a huge hit among my cherished viewers. As my channel grew, so too did my vibrant community. I began receiving heartwarming comments from viewers expressing their profound admiration for the girls and generously sharing their own inspiring stories of overcoming various obstacles. It was truly heartwarming to connect with people from all walks of life who deeply resonated with our mission. Chapter 28 Balancing Challenges. While I undeniably enjoyed the creative process of generating content, I soon came to the stark realization that managing a YouTube channel came with its own unique set of challenges. Balancing the demands of the initiative, my personal life, and the arduous task of video production felt utterly overwhelming at times. There were days when I felt completely burned out, questioning whether I could genuinely maintain the momentum. Karen, ever attentive, noticed my struggles and thoughtfully suggested that we set aside specific, dedicated times each week for video planning and shooting. "Let's make it a fun activity," he proposed with a warm smile. "We can even turn it into a date night, working together on the channel." I absolutely adored the idea, and it proved immensely helpful in easing the considerable pressure I had been feeling. Chapter 29 Collaborations and Growth. As my channel steadily gained popularity, I began receiving exciting messages from other content creators who were genuinely interested in collaborating. One of the most exhilarating opportunities came from a fellow YouTuber who primarily focused on travel and rich cultural experiences. we made the enthusiastic decision to collaborate on a video that would beautifully showcase the intrinsic beauty of my village and the invaluable work we were diligently doing with the girls. Filming the collaboration was an absolute blast. We joyfully explored local markets, intimately shared stories about our diverse cultures, and even thoughtfully included some of the girls in the video. Their infectious laughter and genuine excitement were undeniably contagious, and it was incredibly rewarding to witness them shine so brightly on camera. The collaboration led to a significant surge in subscribers, and soon my channel proudly reached over 100,000 followers. I was utterly amazed at how rapidly it grew, and I felt a renewed, profound sense of purpose in my meaningful work. With my channel flourishing, I made the resolute decision to utilize it as a powerful platform to raise critical awareness for girls' education in rural areas. I meticulously organized a fundraising campaign through my channel, earnestly encouraging viewers to contribute to our vital initiative. I shared compelling stories of the girls, their heartfelt aspirations, and how education was profoundly changing their lives. The response was truly incredible. Many viewers not only generously donated, but also proactively reached out to share innovative ideas for further collaborations and creative ways to steadfastly support our noble cause. It was truly heartening to witness how one small, heartfelt idea could create a magnificent ripple effect of positivity and transformative change. One day, I received an astonishing email from a prominent organization passionately dedicated to women's empowerment. They expressed keen interest in prominently featuring my channel in their upcoming campaign. I simply couldn't believe it. This was a golden, unparalleled opportunity to reach even more people and widely spread awareness about our crucial initiative. I enthusiastically agreed to collaborate and was subsequently invited to speak at their annual conference. As I meticulously prepared my presentation, I felt a complex mix of both excitement and nerves. This was my chance to eloquently share our story on a much larger, more influential platform. Chapter 30, The Conference Experience. The highly anticipated day of the conference finally arrived, and I stood proudly before a large, attentive audience filled with passionate individuals deeply committed to empowering women. I spoke eloquently about my personal journey, the impactful initiative, and the profound, transformative effect of education on girls' lives. I shared the inspiring stories of Savita and other courageous girls who had undergone remarkable transformations through our program. After my speech concluded, I received a thunderous standing ovation. The applause echoed powerfully in my ears, and I felt an overwhelming sense of accomplishment wash over me. It was a deeply validating moment for all the tireless hard work I had so diligently invested. I was not merely telling my story, I was actively inspiring countless others to take meaningful action. Following the conference, I was approached by several prominent organizations expressing keen interest in collaborating on projects specifically focused on women's education. This exciting development opened up entirely new avenues for our initiative, allowing us to significantly expand our reach and profoundly impact even more lives. Karen and I thoughtfully brainstormed how to seamlessly incorporate these new, invaluable partnerships into our channel. We made the strategic decision to meticulously document our journey of collaboration, generously sharing behind the scenes footage of meetings, planning sessions, and vibrant community events. This added an enriching new layer to our content and engaged our audience in genuinely meaningful ways. Chapter 31: Continued Growth. As my channel continued its steady growth, I received numerous heartfelt messages from viewers expressing how profoundly they appreciated my authenticity. Many generously shared their own inspiring stories of overcoming significant challenges. And I was deeply touched by the genuine connections I was forming with my audience. One day, a viewer reached out to me with a particularly heartfelt message. She had faced significant, daunting obstacles in her life, but had found renewed hope and strength through my videos. Her poignant story powerfully reminded me of the paramount importance of vulnerability and how generously sharing our personal journeys could truly inspire countless others. Chapter 32: Embracing Vulnerability, inspired by her moving message. I made the conscious decision to create a powerful series of videos specifically focused on vulnerability and resilience. I warmly invited viewers to share their own compelling stories and meticulously created a safe, supportive space for them to authentically express themselves. The response was truly overwhelming, and soon we had cultivated a vibrant community of support, uplifting one another through shared experiences. These videos quickly became some of the most popular on my channel, powerfully demonstrating the transformative power of storytelling and genuine connection. Each week, I featured a new, inspiring story, highlighting the immense strength and unwavering courage of individuals who had bravely overcome adversity. As I reflect upon this incredible journey, I profoundly realize how much I have grown, not only as a content creator, but also as a person. The diverse experiences I've had, the wonderful people I've met, and the powerful stories I've shared have meticulously shaped me into someone who is deeply passionate about making a tangible difference in the world. Karen and I continue to work hand in hand on the channel and our initiative, mutually fueling each other's cherished dreams and soaring aspirations. Together, we have meticulously created a lasting legacy of empowerment and inspiration for young girls and women everywhere. The journey is far from over. With each new video, each new compelling story, and each new collaborative endeavor, I am powerfully reminded of the incredible impact we can collectively have on the world when we courageously share our voices and wholeheartedly support one another. As I eagerly look forward to the future, I know with absolute certainty that we are just getting started.